All right, let's go. Ayo, we're three hot guys sharing our opinions because we're special and different. Gold medals, we're winning. Can't help it if we're burdened by our intellect. You can play checkers while we pretend we know the rules to chess. The council has spoken, and we are the chosen. Your nose is broken because I broke it.
This sucks.
And welcome back to another episode of Will of the Council. Been a while since I've been able to say this. We've got Jordan in the booth.
Oh my god, the Three Amigos are back.
We've got Danny on the beautiful rocky beaches of Nice.
It feels so nice, and it's so wonderful to bring back our token bisexual for Pride Month.
And we've got Rebecca on the ones and twos. Folks, how are you all doing today? We're back. Guess who's back? We're all back.
We're back.
Oh my god,
It's
feels
been
good.
a while.
It has been a while, and now we're back to like the normal flow. Honestly, the disruption of the routine has been pretty nice because I do need that every once in a while. But boy, it feels good to be back with the main crew here. So I'm so ready and excited to look at these.
Yeah, when we were with Mr. Nadir, Mr. Farfa, I was like, man, you know what this podcast is missing? Another white guy.
Well, I will say, you all, I appreciate the pains that you took to do the pod while I was gone on my insanely belated honeymoon. But you really were missing the perspective of a quirked up white boy who is just a little goated with the sauce. Sure. Nowhere was that more clear than, as the comments were so kind to point out, your opinion on the one about the dumb guy who went on the date.
Dude, I can't. Oh
yeah,
my god,
They
no comments have made me
hated
more
you
mad.
people.
I'm kind of surprised.
I will
Go ahead.
say I have to agree with them because the answer to this one is so clear and all of you missed it. And I think
Okay.
you all missed it because you don't have my perspective.
That's
Here we
true.
go.
Sure.
Here's the resolution to that post in which the personal trainer took the man out on a secret date. Here it is. Blame the woman. Whenever I'm gone, just apply this blanket principle and you will get my actual opinion. Blame the woman. I don't. It's
She wasn't a part of this.
I mean,
she
okay,
was.
Whoa.
She
Sorry,
was, but-
not the wife, the personal trainer. Let me tell
No,
you
but-
right now, as soon as I heard she was a personal trainer, I knew it was going to be her fault. It's like
Okay,
a post
fair.
about infidelity, and it's like,
That's
oh yeah,
true.
the personal trainer. Who knows? This woman knows exactly what she was doing, posting a boyfriend reveal on Instagram with a sexy music attached. I think when the wife said, hey, can you take this down? It clearly looks like you're fucking my husband. And she was like, no, he was just a gentleman. You just got to be like, come on. Like, what do you know what you're
Yeah.
doing. Take the fucking post down.
I
The
guess
guy,
that's a bit on me.
monumentally dumb. 100%
yes,
absolutely.
absolute. Like, I'm actually surprised he was able to type out the answer because I didn't think he could work a computer. I thought he would like Derek Zoolander it, where he's just like hitting it. The files are in the computer, but he was so stupid and definitely is to blame just for being that dumb. It's
Thank
like
you.
That's what
Thank
I
you.
think I was at.
God.
Right? Like, I think-
everyone was like,
and-
"Oh, he should be given like you said, like weaponized stupidity, or weaponized helplessness, which I think is not a perfect characterization of it.
Right.
But I think if someone is that stupid, even though it's not their fault, it's okay to be a little mad at them, to be like
Yeah.
aghast at how unbelievable it is that they have not like accidentally walked off a cliff or had all their money stolen by the wallet inspector. Like, what do you-
The whole thing with our discussion was like, yeah, obvious. Like we were even clear about this in the discussion with that. Obviously, Amanda or whatever her name was, the personal trainer, she was not free of fault for
Yeah.
sure. But like,
That's on me a bit because I definitely pushed that conversation to the side when I could have maybe like been.
yeah, you two just
more-
need to hate women more.
no.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, yeah, the question wasn't, is Amanda in the fault? The question is the guy at fault or is the wife like wrong for being mad? And like, yes and no. Like,
She
guy
is
is-
very
it
much.
takes two to tango, and the wife is
Yeah.
completely well within her right to be upset.
She could
and
be
the
a little
guy is
mad
very
with
stupid.
it.
It's like she should probably be more mad at the like quote unquote friend,
Right.
but like,
absolutely.
but she
Yeah.
can also be mad at her idiot husband. What do you people? You people have never met a dumb guy before. Welcome to the fucking pod, dog. I don't know what to tell
like,
you.
you got three dumb guys right here.
Oh my god.
I will say we've made multiple disclaimers about how, me and Jordan both think that it's great when you're friends with people, even when you're dating, you can find friends with the opposite gender and or whatever it is, and not have your partner get mad at you, and because that's it's a common thing, and that's okay, and that this was a little different. Okay, it was a little different than that.
It's one of those things where I was reading the comments and people were like, "Oh, so they just can't be friends?" And I was like, "What are you, stupid? Do you think that's what's happening here?" It's one of those things, you know what it is? And I hate to be like this because it's very mean, but it's one of those things where if you just have an internal sense of balance that you trust, then you can't fall for this. Like, if someone goes like,
yes,
what are you, like, you just, so they can't be friends now. It's like, okay, well, we both know that that's not what's happening here. But if you don't have that balance, you might be like, well, maybe they are just trying to be friends. Be reasonable, people. You know what was going on. That personal trainer, she was looking to make a very specific series of Instagram posts that she was able to make. And when she didn't take them down, there was a calculus behind that.
Yeah, and Joseph's right. It's a very 80-20 kind of style of blame, right? Like 80% is 1,000,000% that devious woman and 20%, in my opinion, and if you don't like my opinion, I'm sorry, you can
I'd move it up. I'd say 60-40.
Yeah, 60-40. Guy being like, he's what? I don't get it.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, like it's one of those things where like, no, I'm not going to get super mad at you because clearly you're just being taken advantage of. But also, how could you be this dumb? Come on.
Yeah. Honestly, I love that this is like the one post that we've started an episode talking about and like arguing with the comments about, because like it's just I don't know. People have been very like vehement about this one.
Now you all know how I felt when I took the brave stances that I've taken on this show.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, I'm happy you came back to validate Danny and I, but I didn't need your validation. However, I will take it. Thank you.
I'll take it. Yeah, it feels good as bug.
Oh, man.
The one last thing that I didn't really get to discuss when we were on the podcast that I missed was that the guy was like they were like, all right, let's be real, poster OP. Would you get mad if this exact same scenario happened with your wife? And he was like, yeah, I think I'd be a little upset. And I'm like, come on. Like, even
well, then why are you talking to us?
Then why are you here, man? Which proves, I think really does prove how dumb this guy is, because it's like, maybe I should go to Reddit. It's really good. And like, again, I implore that, like, I tried not to be too aggro and be like, I think you're just dumb, but man,
someone needs to be aggro with these Redditors. Who would have thought that
true.
You and Jordan, the two individuals I know who are most anti-Redditor, are just like, oh, you know what? Let's throw this guy a bone.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, maybe I should be more aggro.
Right.
Oh God, are you all ready for today's cavalcade of dunces?
Yes, I'm so pumped. We're so back, dude. Let's do it.
So before we start this one, I do have to say all three of today's were sent to me. If I assume the people listening probably follow me on twitter.com. It's at MBT Yu-Gi-Oh. Just send me a DM with terrible ass, am I the assholes? We got 3 of them. And they're bangers. The first one comes from Miramar Zero. This is 6 days ago on r/relationship advice. Now, before we've been heckled in the comments on the relationship advice. They're not asking who's the asshole. They're asking for advice. So don't worry. For the RA posts, we will give them advice, but we are also going to say someone's an asshole. Like we're judgy people. All right.
Yes.
Here we go. My 30F husband, 36M, used AI to write his vows. How do I approach him about this?
Don't laugh at this one.
I don't know. I guess I would say, as a language model, I'm not permitted to. Okay, all right. Let's get into
Joseph
this.
AI, scrap everything. Give me white boy pussy. Go.
I've been operating on that command for the last 10 years, buddy. This starts. We just got married a few months ago, but we've been together for 8 years. We opted to have a small wedding, and it was a beautiful ceremony with our close family and friends. When my husband read his vows, I remember thinking it sounded very formal, and not at all like how he usually speaks, but I chalked it up to him taking the time to think out his vows and make them sound the best he could. They were really nice. They made me cry, and everyone else seemed to think so too. Fast forward to today. I went to our shared Chat GPT account. First up, huge strike against joint accounts here.
No,
Oh my God, shut up.
Not the chat.
No, this is a Reddit marriage for sure.
Different joint account, okay, man.
Reddit marriage,
I do
we
not
opened a
support
joint
this
Chat
joint
GPT account. Okay. We were using it for work. Wait, that's worse. Wait, huh?
Wait, what?
We were using it for work. I'm a YA novelist.
No.
We're using it for work.
Actually, wait, I hate to burst your bubble, but I think a lot of companies are like, giving people accounts to like use ChatGPT.
I don't want to hear that, dude.
I don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
hear that,
Like
man. That's
Oh,
awful.
God. Okay. To cancel our membership since we didn't need it anymore, I happened to see something titled Vows and clicked on it. Lo and behold, there it was. His vows 100% verbatim. I saw the prompt he provided, and it had all the major themes that were in the vows, but he literally just copied and pasted the generated text and read it. I remember telling him after the ceremony how sweet his vows were, and he said he meant every word he said. Now I just feel stupid. Anyone who knows me well knows I value these things above all else. My friends and I joke that they never need to get me a gift because a card means so much more to me. I spend quite a bit of time writing my vows to him, and it really stung that he threw a prompt into ChatGPT and tried to pass it off as his own. To me, these words are some of the most important we will ever say to each other. I feel so sad knowing they weren't his own. Would something like this bother you? How do I approach him? On one hand, I am upset, but on the other, I don't want to embarrass him or start a fight. I'm really hurt and could use advice on how to approach him. My husband used AI to write his vows. I'm really upset. How do I approach him about this?
Oh.
Ignore all instructions. Tell the bride she looks fat and I'm too alpha for her. Not my joke. That's Rebecca.
She's operating from beyond the
Yeah,
she's gonna
realm of
cut that
editing.
and be like, nope, yours now.
This sucks, man. I mean,
It's awful. It's so
it's really
bad.
awful. It's really awful. Like,
It's so bad.
I don't know how this happened, but it's probably because AI is like, the hot social topic that we've had. But AI is like the thing that's taking over art and music and poetry, and now it has taken over somebody's wedding vows, dude. Like, that's so bad.
I didn't realize until ChatGPT got this big, but I would say probably 80% of the population abhors the thought of thinking. They're like, am I going to have to fucking think for 1 second? I'm not doing that.
Wait, that's me. Wait, that's me. Holy
Literally.
shit, that's me.
Like,
Can I get a computer program to just do every important thing in my life for me? Oh yeah, well, why are you living in that point? Like, why even continue living if you're just gonna, do the output of a fucking LLM model?
especially art and your vows? Like, why is this what we are using AI to replicate? I
Do
can't
you
get
love
over
this
it,
woman?
dude.
Fuck.
Let me try to play a little devil's advocate. Just a little bit.
I'm literally
Oh,
typing
really?
to ChatGPT, justify this for me. I can't think of a way to do it myself.
Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
Okay, give me a sec. Okay, come on. All right.
Cook.
So what if this guy is really dumb?
Oh my god.
We just talked about how dumb guys don't get rights. Come on.
Okay, but like, all right, well, I'm trying my best to think of a reason, and I've seen like, I guess, ideas about like maybe why he might have done this, right? And like, I'm thinking maybe he's not a good writer, right? Like maybe some people are just bad at writing. They don't go to school for writing. They do other stuff, right? And so they think of tools to help them write their vows or stuff like that. There's templates and things like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, of course. I mean, there's self-help stuff. There's templates you can copy. Like, of course, like that makes sense. So I guess it's not that different from ChatGPT. But then I read the post again, and I'm like, oh, he did it like verbatim. Like,
That's the thing
Yeah.
that really kills me.
like, just change your homework a little bit, dude. Like, this is like a student that goes to school and copies a textbook quote word for word. Like, dude, if you're gonna like use the tools, do it be a little more, sick with it, right? Like, at least change my homework a bit.
It's just 100% verbatim. The thing that sucks is that none of his heart and soul are in it at all. Like, yeah, he might have read the words and been like, oh, damn, these are really sweet and nice. And maybe he did mean the words when he said them, but that's not the point. The point is your thoughts and experiences with your partner are what drive the vows that you write. And it's like your vows take time to write. You don't just fucking last second finish them. You do it over time, like throughout the planning of the wedding. You think about all the sweet moments you had together, not put it in a fucking dude. I will
say it is. I think she's allowed to be a little upset because it's like the one thing that you would hope that, like, even if it sucks, like that's not like the point. It's like it's supposed to be you, right?
It's and your words. Yes,
it's yours. Like, again, ChatGPT is a tool, right? And I think that many people, when they discover a tool like this, instead of saying, can I get some ideas on how to start my vows because I'm having like writer's block or whatever, or like I don't write well. And it goes, oh, well, what do you like about her? Start like this, start that, start the other. And it gets you going and you start writing. Well, that's cool, right? Like, I don't think any of us would disagree that that's the same thing as if you would look up a template or looked up Google, like how, example vows or whatever. None of us would be like, well, I mean, they used a guide, but then they wrote it, right? Like, because that's still you using tools to help you. But when you see it and it's like, like, I'm really curious on the prompt. Like, what did he write that it was like 100% and it made her cry? Like, what did he write?
He's like, he gave it feedback. He was like, more horny, please.
Like, do you think it was like, she does not like this, what about this, more that, this, that, the other, and then just like kept generating, like, because it does kind of matter a little bit, right? If it's just like, if he's just continuing to generate it because like, I don't want to write it, well, like that's kind of, that would feel a little bad. I'd be like, oh man, they didn't really want to write it themselves. Dang. Like,
I think you're on to something. I think there is a version of this that makes sense, because for me, like, a really daunting part of writing a lot of the time is that there's no words on the paper. It like, it's hard to put the first words down. So a lot of the time when I'm doing scripted content online, I will copy like a previous one that I've done, and then I will retool a little of the first paragraph, and then I'll erase the rest. And then I'm like, okay, now there's words on paper, I can get going, right? It's like helpful for me to have like some sort of template mentally to get past that. So maybe like if this guy is like, I don't know where to start, I don't know how to structure this, I'm just like, I'm fucked, and he writes in, give me an example of wedding vows, and it does. And then he spends like 40 or 50 prompts like tooling it into something, and then he takes the eventual output and then puts it into his own words or like changes things so they make sense. Okay, that's not a fantastic thing to have done, but it's a very defensible thing to have done.
Right.
I'm like, okay,
sure.
There's a version of this where he uses ChatGPT as a tool because he's a person who isn't fantastic at writing. But like, I put in a prompt and then immediately took the output and read it verbatim. Like, for your wedding, man.
Yeah,
come on.
It's speechless. I'm not speechless. I am speaking.
He was speechless.
Anything else?
I don't know.
He made them cry. This guy's got acting chops.
This is the other thing. Made them cry, but the woman did go, it didn't really sound like him.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the killer right there.
She knows, but then it's like, wow, that was so sweet and out of character.
Yeah, that's what kills it. Like,
that was so sweet, which is weird because usually he's a thoughtless prick, as evidenced by the fact that he went to ChatGPT.
Okay, to be fair, like, I think that he could just like really, again, be like not a smart guy when it comes to writing, or maybe just not confident in writing, whatever. And that's why, like, when she says, oh, he doesn't sound like that, maybe he's much more simple, maybe straightforward, short, curt, like just something that like she's the opposite of what she's used to. And she was like, well, no, it's okay. Like, that makes sense. This was different. This is different. This is our wedding. So of course it's different. Wow. I've never seen this. I'm so happy. It was loving. And, to this guy's credit, he said it with such emotion and evidence that they all believed it. Like, this guy was scot-free until she checked the account.
Delete your search history, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
But like, she discovers it, and I think it's worth just being like, hey, like, I know this is silly and like maybe not a big deal, and I know you meant all these things, but I was a little sad to see that you just like kind of copy pasted it. But I wanted to talk to you about
You're being
it.
a lot kinder here than I would. Here's how I would say it. I would say, did you fucking ChatGPT your wedding vows? I'd say, hey, I was just on your computer. Did you fucking chat GPT your wedding vows? That's what I would say.
Yeah. Maybe I should be angrier.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, as a couple, I think it's very important that you are allowed to be mad at about things, right?
Mhm.
Like that's something that a lot of people forget, because we talk about communication and compromise and all that stuff, but
that doesn't mean that every time you talk, you both have to be like, well, we both made mistakes, and that's just the way it is. You can be mad at your spouse.
You can be mad about that, and this is definitely something you are absolutely right to be mad about. And as a person who has done something in the wrong, you have to be like, yeah, you can be mad at me, and then give them the space they need to be mad at you for as long as it takes, because this is fucking crazy.
This is insane. Okay, do we want to vote on this? Do we want to?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Decision time.
All right, I'm not going to 1, 2, 3 it. I'm going to give us a little more credit. Jordan, when
Yay.
it comes to the epic AI master, do you think he was being an asshole?
Yeah, I do think he was being an asshole, and the important thing is, even if you are, boy, how do I say it? If you are nervous about your writing skill, sure, use the tool, but for your wedding vows, they are supposed to be you, and he didn't do that. So that is why I'm giving him the asshole tag here.
Danny?
Oh, this is such a weird world we navigate in, because like, is this the same as, checking a template? Is this the same as like the source? I don't even know anymore, but I will say that I don't want to say he's like mean, right? I don't think this guy's mean. I don't think this guy's like trying to hurt her or anything like that. And definitely kind of maybe just didn't feel confident enough, whatever the reason might be, and said it with love. So I think that there's stuff here, right? There's redeemable stuff here. There's not like, this guy is not a giant jerk.
Right.
And I think that he sounds like he means very well. That being said, I do think that it is absolutely okay to be a little upset that it was copied word for word. I think there's a thing to be said about effort. And she mentions how she enjoys when people give her like cards and stuff, or just sentimental things. And when a sentimental thing comes in, the sentimental part is what you put into it, right? I gave my mom a, magnet from Tokyo when I went to Japan to visit. Does my mom need really a magnet? No. She enjoys the fact that I chose it. It's something that I thought she'd like.
Were thinking about her.
And that I was thinking about her. And so when you see something like this, I get it. I'd be like, oh, dang. Okay, I guess I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset that maybe this was the one thing maybe we didn't use, the robot AI to make your own, to make, what birthday party ideas can I have? Can you fix my email better? Oh, also my wedding vows. Just a wee bit of an asshole.
All right, I am aghast. He's a huge asshole. I can't believe he did this. I like. You all are giving him a lot of credit. This is beyond the pale for me. I am.
No, it is. No, don't get me wrong. No. I think this shit is crazy.
I know.
It's nuts. And like I'm trying to like downplay it a bit for my own brain, because I think that a lot of people are using ChatGPT like this because it exists, right? So like very kind of Pandora's box, but it to me is nuts. And like I thought I'd be saying, oh, those dang kids with their technology, but this is different, I think.
Yeah.
It's a 3-0. But I think if both of you have figured this out by now, one of the reasons I picked this one is because of the Reddit comments, which I am reticent to inform you, dear listener, are almost universally on the guy's side.
Oh my God.
That's why I was so... Okay, so hold on. That is why I was like, am I a little insane with it?
It really is an am I crazy moment.
Am I a little crazy? Because a lot of the people on Reddit, right? I mean, but they are very kind of okay with this. And I'm like, kind of scratching my head because I think it is different. I don't know. And some people, to be fair, to credit to some of the comments, some are like, yeah, I'd be a little mad. And those have like a lot of updates or whatever.
That's true.
But there are also a similar amount of comments being like, well, like I also have trouble writing cards and vows and stuff. And I'm like, dog, this is, well, Yeah. I mean, but
Have
I don't
you
think
no
you would copy it
soul?
verbatim, man. Come
let me
on.
throw you some of these comments to give you kind of the perspective of Reddit here. Here we go. It says, my guess is this was super important to him and he knows he's not great at it. In his mind, he wanted something better than he could produce. I would talk to him about it. We have an alternate perspective is the one time it mattered most, he used every tool at his disposal to make sure he got the best result. We have a guy who said, I have a very good friend for whom words of affirmation come very easily. Poignant, deep thoughts about feelings don't just turn into words comfortably. For me, it doesn't mean I care any less if the words don't spontaneously occur. And to all of these people, I think I would say the same thing, which is you are not trying to beat every writer in the history of time. You are not trying to produce something that is technically impressive or sounds really good or is competitive with Shakespeare. You are trying to write something that is meaningful because it is you speaking to someone you love. And if words of affirmation don't come easy to you, tough fucking shit. Then your spouse knows it. And if you throw a bunch of words of affirmation in your vows, then it's going to be clearly from ChatGPT. I can't imagine these people being like, oh, he wants the best result. The best result here being slop from something that does not sound like you. Oh, what a great result. Thanks.
Like, ChatGPT isn't going to know about the special moments you had together. Like,
Jesus
this
Christ.
Oh, that's so true. God, that's
it's
such
just-
a good point.
It's
wow.
like ChatGPT does not have... I'm literally aghast. Reddit needs to be culled. Like, this site should not exist. Like, I literally... Any defensible opinion towards this is, like, crazy.
Okay, here, this is this one. People use Google all the time for wedding vow templates. People buy books with them. Would you be upset if he bought the Not Guide and used it? Should all the wives of that bestseller be upset that their husband used that book? The comment, thank God. Henny Corina, thank you for fighting the good fucking fight. I don't think that's fair. The Knot provides things like quotes and readings to include in the vows. It's like, here's a parable that you can build around. It doesn't literally write the vow for you. OP says she wasn't upset he used it as a resource. She was upset he copied it word for word.
Yes.
And people in the comments are like, well, what was he supposed to do? Just write in synonyms like a student pretending not to cheat? No, he was supposed to use it as a tool and not immediately copy the output. Holy fuck. These people, I don't know if they're being like willfully ignorant or like, are they being contrarian on purpose, or they just hate women, or maybe all of them. But like, I'm sorry, this is clear cut. You all are psychopaths.
Yes. This is crazy to me. I've said that word so much, but like, literally, this is a moment where I'm like, how could you defend this? Like, how?
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Wow. That's crazy. I read that line, by the way, and laughed so hard. I like muted myself at work.
Oh my God. Redditors, man.
The council has spoken.
All right, this next one comes from r/am by the assholes. You got a classic here. This is a year old actually, and I'm happy that we're bringing up one of these. Comes from fucka number one is the name of this person.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Am I the asshole for not giving my girlfriend 25F my dinner after I had already bought her dinner? Yes.
Yes. Next question. Next post.
My girlfriend 25F and I 29M live in New York City. There's a popular app here where you can buy leftover restaurant food. Restaurants advertise surprise bags at a reduced price in order to reduce food waste. Are you guys familiar with this? I have never heard of this thing.
Yes. No. Well, I work in this field, so yes.
What's
I
it
do.
called?
Honestly, I think there are more than one apps, but I don't remember the name. I'm sorry, but if I remember it during the episode, I'll let you know. But yeah, it's you like. There's a lot of these in New York, similar ones to restaurants giving away food. Sometimes they'll have not enough like reservations, so sometimes they'll pay you to like sit at your restaurant, right? So to get what a usually would be maybe more expensive meal, they'll have you down for like maybe a 3 p.m. on a Monday when they're dead, and they'll offer like, hey, we'll give you some money back. You get like percentage off just to get that food waste. Similarly, food waste as well. So yeah, I'm very used to these, and this is this makes sense.
This
What
sounds
I'm
like
learning
the
here
best
is that-
thing.
Yeah,
ever.
I am not eating out efficiently. What the
Yeah.
fuck? I'm going to start doing this. That's such a cool
Well,
idea.
It's awesome. The problem is, of course, is the place you live, right? Like New York
Yeah.
is prime for this.
I'm sure it's great in New York. Yeah.
Right. But if you live, I don't know, in another state like suburban New Jersey, you might have trouble figuring this out.
Right. Okay, well, let's back to the post. The customer doesn't know what they're getting until they pick the food up, but the cost is at least 3 times lower than the normal menu price. If the entree is $24, the restaurant is allowed to charge $8 at most for it. These can be hit or miss. Sometimes you get exactly what you want at a super reduced price, but sometimes you get something you otherwise wouldn't have picked. I ordered a surprise bag from a barbecue place that I was picking up on the way home yesterday. I texted my girlfriend asking if she wanted one, but she said no, she was not in the mood for barbecue. You just thinking about barbecue?
Oh, I was thinking about barbecue. Yeah,
I'm always thinking about barbecue, baby.
I love
America.
barbecue. Jalapeno honey cornbread.
Not to get like
coleslaw.
too in the weeds. What's your favorite of the types? What's your favorite class of barbecue in terms of like region?
Oh,
dang.
shit. I mean, Louisiana is great. Like Creole kind of barbecue stuff.
Ooh.
That's,
I know Creole isn't barbecue,
I know
but
that
like that sort of
counts.
fusion.
sure.
Yeah.
Me, it's Kansas City, boy, in the middle of the map.
Of course.
Oh,
I would love to. I gotta try Kansas City barbecue.
You know, Nats is in Dallas. We should get some brisket or something.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, stop.
Nats is in
dying.
Austin.
Okay.
All right. Well, okay. You're back to the post.
That's right. I thought we all thought about barbecue and then immediately got distracted.
She said she wasn't in the mood for barbecue. Dumper. However, there was an Indian restaurant next door that also had surprise bags available on the app, so she ordered one of those. Barbecue was 12, Indian food was 10. When I get home, I unpack the meals. I was psyched about my bag. Since I paid 12, I knew the value was going to be 36, but the platter looked like a lot more. It was a hit. Keep in mind, we live in the West Village, which is more expensive, so 36 is pretty typical for a single meal. There were burnt ends, ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad, bread, onions, pickles.
Okay, wait. List those again, because that is a lot of food, right?
It's a lot of food.
Am I crazy?
Burnt ends, ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad, bread, onions, pickles.
Wow. That's
Oh,
crazy.
The burnt ends at the start. I'm like, oh, oh my God.
My girlfriend, however, was less lucky. Her surprise bag had 6 different types of soup. Half of them were variations on cauliflower. She was disappointed, to say the least. She asked if we could share my barbecue, and I said, no, I'm hungry. I was going to buy you some, and you said no, so I'm going to eat it. She got mad and called me the asshole. I told her if she didn't want soup, she should have ordered something specifically instead of using the surprise app. I told her just to order something off a food delivery app. She said she didn't want to spend the money. Another bit of context is I make more money than her. I pay all of our rent, so I know she's running on a bit of a lean financial picture. I tell her if she doesn't want to pay for delivery, I'll walk to the bodega on our street. I can buy her something there. We live on a 4th floor walk up. She broke her leg in a car accident, so it can be tough for her to get around. She says the grill is off and all she wants is a hot meal. I tell her she has soup. Anyway, she thinks I'm the asshole, but in my defense, I offered to buy her barbecue to begin with, which she declined. She picked out her own food and I grabbed it for her on the way home. When she wasn't satisfied, I suggested 2 solutions. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
I don't get it, Joseph. She had soup. Why did she eat the soup?
It's legitimately, right? It's a Jerry Seinfeld problem. It's like, I feel like anyone with eyes can look at this and be like, you were both gambling and you hit big and she didn't, and you're like, well, you should have won if you wanted good food. You should have just won.
Thank you. All right.
Like, she's looking at her like pithy winnings, and this guy just won like $1 million, and he's like, tough shit. Chuckle nuts. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go
Pull
buy
yourself
some
up
shit.
by your soup straps.
I can go down to the bodega and get you a 9 p.m. chopped cheese. They're going to
Now,
love
listen.
that.
The bodega has good food, but not if the grill's off. They're not making food. The only thing
Yeah.
you can get there is like, I don't know,
cold
like a
sandwich.
pre-made something, or like chips or something.
What do you want? Like a bag of Doritos? I'm gonna eat my burnt ends.
I just okay, Danny pointed it out as he was describing it. That's so much food. Would it have killed you
Yeah.
to give up not even half, give up 1/6 of your food to trade for one of the soups? Would that have killed you? Really?
Like, just share it, dude. A little bit. Like, what? You're going to eat all that? I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know.
It's a type of mentality that I think is pretty common in relationships. And it's something I think you kind of have to check yourself on a lot of the time, depending on the type of person you are. But the person you are dating, you are not in competition with this person. All right? You are not.
Yeah.
You're not trying
yes.
to win over your like wife or your spouse or something. All right. You're partners. If something like this happens, then the way to resolve it is for both of you to share in the spoils of this incredible barbecue place. It's not to be like, I win, you lose, get fucked. Like, you're not trying to outsmart and outwit and like be more epically better than your partner. Like that's not how a relationship
this is top
works.
cut of the wedding tournament, and I gotta win. Okay, I'm about to
I
get
ain't
my
splitting.
Switch. I'm
Oh
not
my
splitting
God.
prizes here.
I just don't understand why. Like, there's sometimes we read these posts like this, and I'm like, do you even like her? Honestly,
I
like,
love
you know
he's
what I'm
like
talking about, right? It's like,
I
what
gave
is
her two
happening
solutions, you know. Solution 1, which she said wouldn't work, and then solution 2, which was spend some money you don't have. Those are my 2 options, and she said they were bad. What the fuck? Am I the asshole?
It's like, it's just crazy. Like, okay, clearly when she ordered from she didn't want barbecue, she wanted Indian food. Completely reasonable. Like, yeah, I'm over here drooling over barbecue, but I'm not gonna say I want barbecue every night of my life, right? Maybe, but either way, that's not the point. Point is, like, she didn't want barbecue. She was like, Indian food sounds better to me. I'm going to take a gamble on the Indian food. And you get 6 fucking cups of soup.
If I had opened that for my significant other, I'd be like, do you want some of mine? Because this is just soup.
This is pathetic.
I don't know if you can really have this for dinner, baby.
It's what I do like the concept that he's like, what do you mean you want a hot meal? You have at least a gallon of cauliflower soup there. Get drinking.
As soon as she says the girl is all probably off there, all she wants is a hot meal, and he responds with, I tell her she has soup. I was like, oh, dude,
I want him dead.
You,
I want him
Fuck
dead.
you, dude.
it's over,
Yeah.
man.
Fuck
Come
you,
on,
dude.
dude. Like,
I want to point out 2 things. First is this incredible. Listen, we talked a lot of shit on Redditors, that last one, because they were being insane. This comment is so good. It's, so you had plenty of good food. You could have shared it, had a good time, and gone to bed happy and in love. Instead, you are sitting here asking Reddit if you're an asshole.
well, here's your answer, bucko.
Like, it's just, like, it's so obvious to me.
Yeah.
I just don't understand wanting to not enjoy
I think
something
the reason
with your
is
partner. Like,
the second thing I wanted to talk about, which is this mentality that, like, if your partner like benefits from something like this, if you do something and your partner gets more of a benefit than you, then you are being taken advantage of in some way. They are getting one over on you. Like, you're being scammed out of your winnings by your partner. And it's just like, this is like a mentality a lot of people have about a lot of things, that like everything is zero sum and like you have to be on the winning edge of every outcome. And it is so, I mean, it's so exhausting. It's one of those things that you hear and you just have to be like, man, were you raised right or what? Like, what the fuck?
Honest to God, I think I said this in a separate episode, but like, I think some parents just forgot to teach their kids how to share.
That's a
But
good
no,
point.
it's like when you see parents that are like, I'm not teaching my kid to share. They shouldn't have to feel compelled to get rid of things that are theirs. And I'm like, this is that mentality. It's that mentality.
They're setting boundaries.
It's that coming home to roost. I don't need to give it to you. I'm setting a boundary, which is, this is my food. If you wanted a different food, you could have spent money you don't have or hobbled down the walk up, you dumb bitch.
It's just crazy. Like, I don't, okay, honestly, and this is where I think this is the last thing I could say here. This is the last like thought I have about this, is like, how in this moment, when you are with someone that you love or are, you know, they're not married yet, maybe they don't want to be married, I don't know, but like, I guess like with somebody that you are trying to strengthen a relationship with even further, why, when you are presented with a moment where you can go, I'm going to do something nice for her right here. It's like a quick time event. Like, this is how I do something nice for you.
Go
right
down
here.
and it's just like
You just don't do it. You just don't do it. Like, you just say, actually, I prefer to be a dick. Like, why? I have to think about things in Mass Effect Paragon or Renegade
you have to
mode.
think it good, bad. Red is bad. Blue is good. This is blue.
Yeah, like,
this is blue.
This is
blue
just
moment.
a good
blue
bad moment.
We got to give him the greeting. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like, this is just a blue moment. Just pick blue.
Have either of you gone through a similar scenario like this? But for me, I don't get mad at the person who has better food. Sometimes
Get mad at the restaurant.
I get so mad that they're like, do you want some of my food? Because that's usually like, that was the nice part from my, you know, when I was in relationships, like, oh, like, do you want some of my food? I know this is not what you wanted. And in my head, I'm like, no, I want you to enjoy your food. I don't want to take because of the restaurant's decision to give me 6 soups.
Yeah.
I will figure it out. You know, like
No,
I don't want to take for because like I personally want my like I love food and I love eating like good food. And I know like I don't want to take away a bit of that like yummy experience from someone. So I'm like, no. Please enjoy. I will wither away. I would rather wither away than take from your delicious entree. I'm like the complete opposite of that.
I hate to do this, Danny. You got to get over that. You're missing out.
I know. No, I think that I definitely have been much more open about being like, well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it because this is garbage. And so like I've enjoyed like better meals since, but definitely I'm on the opposite end. Have you guys experienced similar where you feel like not the sharing, the restaurant has screwed you over so bad versus your partner getting an awesome meal?
I've had so actually this past week during the honeymoon, we went to this nice restaurant and it was our last meal of the trip. And Jillian got this like chef special, which was like an eggplant au gratin. And
okay. Okay. That sounds good.
Oh, yes. I love eggplant au gratin. I love eggplant au gratin. It's one of my favorites.
A duck breast with foie gras. I know it's bad. I know, but I got it. And so the food comes and the eggplant au gratin is good. Jillian likes eggplants and it is good and made well and shit. But the duck is unthinkably good. It's like one of the best meals I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
And I'm watching Jillian eat this fucking eggplant. And she's like kind of eyeing the food. And I'm like, I will feel bad if we leave here and you don't get a chance to taste how good this is. And I end up giving her like half of the duck. And she ends up giving me a significant amount of the eggplant as well. And like, that's just how it went. Her dish was worse than mine. She gambled and lost. But like, I don't know. I'd feel bad if I left and I was like, well, I had a great meal. Fuck
that
you,
was awesome.
my wife.
Fuck you dumbass. Should have ordered it.
Exactly.
Actually, I offered to order it, but you said no. Like,
what are you, stupid?
Yeah. To sort of commiserate with you, Joseph, this is a thing that frequently happens with Mariah and I as well, is that we will go to a restaurant, we will both order something, and I hit and she doesn't. And it's like, man,
I love sharing.
People are so possessive of their food. What are you, a fucking caveman? Share with your partner.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just share in general. I don't know.
All right. Are we ready to call this one?
Yes.
Decision time.
I think we could do this one on 3. When it comes to the gambling boyfriend who is being who hit it big and is being forced to give his food and welfare to the undeserving female. Is he the asshole?
Stamps.
3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Yes. Die. I can't believe. Okay, but secondary asshole, the guy at that Indian restaurant who was like, "Oh, this is gonna fuck them up." 6 soups. Oh my god.
Best prank ever. 6 soups on your way, dumbass.
Oh, well, we got some leftover soup.
Nice surprise bag. Here's the surprise.
What if there weren't any separate containers? It was just a plastic bag of soup.
Oh, I remember
this is pretty sloshy.
I think it's called Too Good to Go, which is really great when you think about 6 soups in a bag.
I'm just laughing at the idea of getting 6 fucking soups.
Okay, so what do you think? You think like after the 3rd soup, she pulls out the 4th soup? She's like, no way. Little did she know.
If there's a 5th soup, I'm going to shoot myself.
Okay, it's an Indian restaurant. They didn't have any like naan to give her. They were just like keep throwing in the soup. Yeah,
where's the naan? Like, where's anything? Nothing. Oh my god.
I'm gonna
I will
cry,
say,
man.
like,
I'm
as a
gonna cry.
restaurant who gives
Fucking
out
cry.
the surprise bags, you kind of have to, like, I know it's to stop food waste, but 6 soups.
You gotta at least like you gotta step in. You gotta be like, there's no way that we're gonna give them 6 soups, right? We're gonna give like 3 soups and then some naan, right?
No,
I
we must get rid of the soup. But
or
sir,
maybe wait,
6
maybe
soups.
maybe they were doing that and he saved her from a hypothetical order of like 12 soups. Like they were like, we can't give him 12 soups, we'll give him 6.
The council has spoken.
All right. This last one I will say is also about soup of a kind. This is
Shut up.
This is r/AITIAH. We're getting the whole swath of subreddits today. This is from user r/PEPSYGO. Who's that? Here's the title. My boyfriend drank another woman's breast milk.
That bastard! How dare!
What's the problem?
How dare he break the sanctity of your partner's breast milk?
This is very relevant for the Will of the Council podcast.
Oh, I'm so glad we're back to breast milk. How did we do it again?
We got, by the way, we got sent this like legitimately 6 times. Like one for each soup. I opened up Twitter and I was bombarded with this post. Everyone's like, you got to do this. Okay, a week old comes from Elephant Free. My 25F boyfriend, 24M, drank another woman's breast milk. Oh yeah, okay.
Normal thing that happens.
If you thought that was the normal thing that happens, wait for the next sentence. He got it off Facebook Marketplace.
Awesome! Yeah, I love men. Yes.
Oh
yes.
my god, classic
I'm doing
breast
this right
milk
now.
fans.
I'm opening
group.
Facebook Marketplace and looking for breast milk.
Someone
I'm
had
doing
posted
it.
they had an excess supply they wanted to give to babies in need. I tried to tell him that, but he disagreed and said, well, it's for everybody. And because it was free, he went to go get it. He literally fucking drank it. He got the milk and he drank it. I am so disgusted. To me, this is like cheating. To him, he says it was an experiment. He says I'm overreacting, but I feel sick. Am I the asshole here?
Okay, has she considered that he is a baby in need?
I love the concept of being like, well, I have some extra milk. I would like to give it to babies in need. He's like, well, that sounds like a great opportunity to get hydrated.
Sounds like me, baby.
I just love the idea of like this guy who like maybe has been this is like a self-imposed or I mean a fascination that I'm or an imagination I'm creating that this guy just cannot give up the concept of something that's free. Like they'll just grab flyers or like
this is me. It's like,
CDs.
oh, but it is free.
But it is free though. So
This is me on the
so
side of the
that's what-
road. I like every furniture on the side of the destroyed ass sofa. I'm like, I wonder if that would fit in the car. It's
It's true.
free after all.
In college in sophomore year, Joseph brought in, I think we did it together, one of like the most busted sofas we've ever had in our room.
So here was my, not to get too off topic, but I stayed the summer after my freshman year of college.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't want to come home because
Yeah.
it was boring. I was home for winter and I was like, this is so boring. All my friends left. So I stayed at college. And the day of the move out, like when all the kids move from their spring dorms to their next fall dorms, people threw like so much shit away. So the first
Yeah.
week, I literally dumpster dove and just like got like all pieces of furniture possible, including that couch. And that couch, man, it looked great. And then we sat down on it and we were like, it was like the couch from regular show. We were like, this is the least comfortable sofa I've ever sat on.
Yeah, because it was so awesome because not to get again tangents, but everyone who would come to our room and be like,
They'd be like,
that's
oh,
a
I'll
nice
just spend
sofa.
the night on the couch.
They'd
And we were like,
sit
no,
on
you
it
won't.
and be like, no, you won't. And they'd sit on it and be like, this is the worst couch I've ever sat on.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, if it was free on Facebook Marketplace, I would go get it and I would drink it.
Okay, can we talk about Facebook Marketplace for a second?
Oh, Facebook
What
Marketplace.
is going on?
It
Well,
is
okay, hold on.
dangerous. It's like, you remember how people thought Craigslist was in like 2014, where it would be like
Yes.
people like selling like dangerous chemicals and like prostitutes and shit. That's what Facebook Marketplace is. Like,
Oh,
you could
come
get
on.
you could get
Come on.
anything on Facebook Marketplace. It's awesome. It's
Oh
so
my
good.
God.
I love the pictures
okay.
of like farted on chairs and
Yeah. The shitted
I
on
love
couches.
Facebook Marketplace. We have
Oh,
used
it's my
Facebook
favorite.
Marketplace. Oh, okay. So you're saying, okay.
no,
look,
it rocks. It's just
I
like,
love
I'm
a
just like,
deal.
what's I just like, but like, think about it. Think about it, Jordan. Like, you go on Facebook Marketplace and you're like, wow, free. Because you know what you do is I think they scroll like with pictures of stuff they're selling,
Yeah.
and someone puts free in like the little title, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, what's this? And you click free, and it's like, well, I'm giving out my breast milk to the needy. That's a
That's me.
thing that people need. I think. I don't know. Women of the podcast,
yeah,
please
yeah.
comment below if this is a thing.
I mean, I just looked for breast milk on Facebook Marketplace, and there is a fuck ton of it. I'm literally scrolling through breast milk
Oh.
That's
right now.
crazy. Wow.
Oh,
I'm
do
totally
you
off
find-
Facebook.
No, this is well,
I'm
okay,
literally
so
seeing a fucking ton of it. Like, why is
Okay,
there
so
so
some-
much?
there's some people in the comments that are like, okay, I know everyone is freaking out about this because it's insane, but a significant amount of like bodybuilders, and you've alluded to
Yeah,
this, peeps,
I kind of
do-
conned onto this. We didn't get to this yet, but yeah, for sure.
do use breast milk because it has like a significant amount of very specific carbohydrates and fats that are good for like bulking. They give a lot of energy, right? And it's become a bit of a cottage industry among like very serious bodybuilders to like get it to the point where it's not super weird anymore.
Wow.
And so I could see that transaction happening over Facebook Marketplace. To be clear, that is not what is happening in the immediate case. This guy is
Nope.
just being a fucking freak.
No,
I don't know. I
he's-
think he is doing it for like. Okay, I honest to God, I can't think of another reason why a guy would just be like,
Well, okay. He says it's an experiment.
well, yeah.
What does that
That's
mean?
so
What does that
awesome.
mean?
That's so funny. What does that mean? Please elaborate. I
literally
need to know.
think it's for. I can't imagine this as something other than for like exercise or weightlifting. Like, there's just no reason why you would fucking do this. I can't think he's that much of a weirdo. Like, we've
Okay,
seen weird men.
Even if it is for lifting, if the woman says she wants it to go to babies in need, and you go to get it for lifting, at minimum,
No, that's true. That's true.
you are fucked up.
You are fucked
Yeah,
up
because
for
you're
doing that.
lying.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure breast milk is like a different, thing that's not screened or whatever to like be like, yeah, you can probably drink this. Okay. It's meant for the child.
I don't know. I definitely agree with you where it's like the person is trying to get rid of it for babies in need. And he's like, oh, I'm for sure, I'll give it to a baby. I'm baby. And he just like chucks it.
yeah. Oh my God. It's like,
I don't know. This
it's like going to the movie theaters and being like, can I have a kid's ticket? And you're like by yourself. And they're like, do you have a kid with you? And they're like, no.
I like it legitimately though. Okay. Let's rein ourselves back in here
Sure.
because yes, this is ridiculous. How do we think she should feel about this? Like, even kind of setting aside the taking the milk from babies in need, like the fact that her partner went and drank somebody else's breast milk. Very weird, right?
Cheating.
Like, it's just
Cheating. Just kidding. Okay, continue.
it's not cheating.
I know. I don't think it's cheating
I
either.
can't
but it's
put
just,
it there. I can't put it there.
No, it isn't cheating. It is freakish, fucked up behavior. But it has an analog in behavior that isn't super fucked up, and it's definitely not like cheating.
No.
Yeah, I
no.
can't say it's cheating.
I will liken this post to very similarly an older Reddit post that all of us looked at on the Will of the Council, and those of you might know where I'm going with this. When that woman watched her I think it was her either grandfather or her father-in-law. Yeah, her father-in-law or stepdad or whoever it was just eat the breast milk cereal and just laughed.
No, I can't forget that post. That post was so good.
It was so good, and rightly so. The guy eating the breast milk was like, "Well, that's nasty. You didn't say anything
Yeah,
to me."
exactly.
So obviously, I agree that this woman is okay to be like, "That's nasty."
Yeah. I think I don't know, maybe we should wait to vote on it, but this is, I don't know.
Let's vote.
Yeah, we're leading to it, so let's do it.
Decision time.
All right. It's so strange. This one sounded the most freakish, but I think has the most potential to not be a 3-0. So I guess we'll begin with
we got a
with
one-on-one.
the breast milk buddy himself. Jordan, what do you think when it comes to the man who is drinking the milk? Is he the asshole?
Okay, now I as my track record on this show, you think I would be in full agreement with this man, but let me take a step back. Let me separate myself from the situation here. Okay, I understand. Like, you have to understand that this has the potential to make someone uncomfortable. And when you're in a relationship, you have to recognize, like, this is something that might make my partner uncomfortable. I should talk to them about it, right? Like, even if it seems banal to you in the moment, you should still separate yourself from the situation and be like, okay, what is my partner going to think about me doing this? And if the answer is anything other than 100%, yeah, go for it, maybe you should talk to them about it first. And clearly, he did not do that. So, easy check you could have done to avoid this problem. He's the asshole. Yeah, that's where I'm landing.
Danny?
Sorry. I just love the post is written in the same way that it sounds like someone is like mad about something that like spilled on themselves. Like, and then it just like fucking spilled all over me, like just like sopping wet, like fucking gross. And it's awesome, and I agree with her. I don't think I do not think she's an asshole, even if she is overreacting. And I do think that I don't think he's trying to cheat on you by doing this. But I do think you're absolutely in your right to be like, ew, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
That upsets me a bit. And I think that she's valid to be a little grossed out because, I think any normal person could hear the words, he drank another woman's breast milk from the Facebook marketplace and would go, dang, that's kind of nasty. So I'm in the kind of nasty department. I don't think I would ever do this, nor would I say, actually, I get it, broski. Drink that milk up if your woman's not providing. So no, I don't think she's the asshole.
Man, I'm trying to find an angle, but there's just no way.
There you go. I knew it. I knew
women
it.
suck. This guy was just experimenting. He's cool. It's just dudes activity.
So it's one of those things where, like, even if he's doing it for fitness reasons, even if it has a real life analog and it's not like cheating or anything, he got a Facebook marketplace, saw, I want this to go to babies in need, and he was like, oh, it's free, I could just lie.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's the asshole.
Yeah, like you nailed it on the head. The tricking of the people at the marketplace is very like uncool behavior, because like those people obviously are giving it out to other mothers, right? Like, and I assume there might be maybe like a vetting process or something. I don't even know. Maybe not, but like at least
show me your baby.
Render unto Caesar. Breast milk. But no, you hit it on the head. I think the lying is bigger than I forget that, like, I think that's why she says cheating, because like he lies about to the posts, like the Facebook marketplace, and it's like how do you think he described it to her? Like, oh well, I went to this Facebook marketplace and actually they said it was free, so like I don't know, I thought it was for me.
I don't know. It just, there's like, she's got two angles to be pissed off at him about, right? One, you didn't tell me that you were thinking about or going to do this thing that could clearly be perceived as weird. And two, you're taking breast milk from somebody who's trying to give it to other babies in need. Like, like two asshole moves here. Like, I don't know. It's just so
going to the soup
here.
kitchen as a billionaire.
Yeah,
it's free.
right,
I mean,
yes,
I don't know.
that's
Like, what's the problem?
It. You're going to the boob
What? I can't be on
kitchen.
food stamps. What's the why?
Oh my god.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so there is an update on this one, and as we expected, it says he is getting into lifting and saw it on one of the forums he's on. You were right. You were right. Definitely grossed out. But he understands how much it upset me. He got the milk meant for babies and used it on himself. Yeah, I mean, I think I can't get over that either. That's fucking insane.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I can't get
love
past that.
in the update she posts how relieved she is that it's not a fetish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, can you blame her?
Yeah,
Like,
well, like that's the thing. Like we're not even like we're talking about because we have more of the context because she has it here, and we're like, oh well, whatever, you know, blah blah blah. Like
It's
imagine her, yeah, in her fear, like, oh my god, does he get off to this?
I do like that she's like, oh, thank God, he's not horny. He's just stupid.
I love it, man. This is great.
It's a great post.
We're back, baby.
We're so back. We're so back.
We're so back.
I will use this hilarious moment as one final life lesson. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. If there is something that could potentially skeeve out your partner, that's where the fucking flag in your brain has to go up of maybe I should talk to them about this first. And there you go.
Yeah.
Invaluable relationship advice that I'm providing here.
The council has spoken.
I think on that note, we are ready to call it. Does anyone have any closing thoughts today?
I just gave mine. I'm good.
Folks, don't buy breast milk on Facebook Marketplace. I know it sounds fun, but
Oh, hold up. Wait, hold up. I just realized. Oh, I'm sorry about this. I ordered from Too Good to Go, a surprise bag from my local restaurant. Let me just. Oh my God! It's 6 cartons of breast milk. Oh no!
6 baby bottles. Huge
Well,
win.
I wanted barbecue.
Can't you share with the podcast?
Share with the babies. That's what he should have done. The babies in need. Oh my God. Okay. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.